Hey guys, I'm gonna give everyone a couple seconds to jump in just in case anyone's interested. I am still waiting on my printer. Lots of technical issues today, but I'm so excited to introduce you to my Plan It Forward challenge that I'm getting started. I, like many people, have just been really overwhelmed and just needed some sort of control in my life in the last few days, and I just decided, you know what, I love taking control in my own way by just feeling confident in a plan going forward. We're hitting the end of quite a year. I mean, wow. And so I thought to myself, other people could probably use some help really figuring out what's going on and what we want to take into next year and what we can leave behind and how to kind of feel like you are more in control of what is going to go on in 2021 than what has happened so far. So as my printer finishes up, I just wanted to introduce you to this challenge I'm doing. It's completely free. It's not even really a challenge. It's more of a kind of guide that if you wanted to use it to go forward in your own way and figure out what is going to be important to you in the next year, how you can make sure you're magnifying that, setting the right goals that are super achievable and attainable. I got you covered. So we are gonna start week 1. I right now have it planned out for 5 weeks, which seems like a lot. So I may be cutting it back, but all of these videos are gonna be recorded and posted, and then all the workbook that I have created for you guys is also gonna be available. There's a link in my bio if you're interested. I'm just really excited to finally feel like I have some control over something again. So today I am starting week 1, which I'm calling Back to Basics. And when it comes to the basics of planning out a big year, like what we're gonna have ahead of us, it could seem really overwhelming, but what we wanna do is actually reflect a lot on what has happened, what the good things have been, what things we maybe want to take forward with us, things that, you know, maybe were just too much for us, and hopefully, my pages are almost done printing. Yay for technical issues. I can kind of walk you through this very first day in this whole planning challenge, and if you are going to follow along with me, I would love to either hear from you in my DMs or tag me in any of your stories. And you can kind of see on the page behind me on my computer, I have a whole workbook ready to go for week 1. And it is, again, in the link in my bio. I'm just buying time right now. How's everyone doing? I'm like 2 pages away from being done printing everything out. But yeah, it's coming to quite an end of the semester in high school land. So if you are with me in there, I feel ya. And we are so excited to wrap up and go back into another quick break. But when it comes to, it's almost done, I swear. I'm being awkward here for a second. But we are going to reflect on our year. Oh, there we go. It's working on the cover. Who cares about the cover? I mean, it's cute, but there it is. So this is the little workbook that I have created. It's the Plan It Forward Challenge, week 1, Back to Basics, and then I will come out with a new set every week. But the first part is just reflecting on the year, and the easiest way to do this is kind of look back at the goals you had set for yourself in 2020. Now I know that things blew up a little bit, and so maybe you didn't lose that 20 pounds that you would hope to, or maybe you didn't read as many books as you would hope to. But I want you to actually look at all the goals that you had set for day 1, and anything that you can think of. There's some kind of boxes to guide you in the workbook, but think of a goal that you set. Like for me, I wanted to read 45 books this year. And my wins and my opportunities. This is actually something I got when I worked at Target. At the end of every shift, you had to list out the wins of the shift, things that went really, really well, and then your opportunities. And the opportunities are things that could have gone better. We don't want to call them losses because we're learning from them and we're seeing how we can move forward. So if my goal was reading 45 books this year, my win was I was doing really great at the beginning of the year. I was reading about a book a week, and then my opportunity was eventually overwhelm kept me from feeling like I could finish that. But another win is that I had found, again, my passion for audiobooks and getting things done that way. So you can go through and kind of analyze your goals in a really positive way by doing that and just looking at what went well and what maybe you could focus on again later on. And then the second part of reflecting for this year is taking a look back and saying all of the things that went amazingly well, or things that got you really excited about what was going on in the year. And while it feels like it might be a little hard, I started the prompt out in the workbook by just saying, this year was amazing because, and it can be as simple as, this year is amazing because I got to spend some really quality time with my family. Maybe there were some not so great things with it, but that's actually a really great positive that we can focus on. And if you just sit and set a timer for yourself for like 10 minutes, I'm a huge proponent of timers. I think it makes my students really sit and think, so I use those all the time, and that's what is going to say in this workbook. So think of all the different amazing things that had happened, kind of get yourself in that mindset of, while things were a little rough this year, what actually went really well? What was amazing? What was something that you can look back on and go, you know what? 2020 was the year that I really figured out what I wanted to do, or 2020 was the year that I really pushed myself to achieve more in this area than I thought. 2020 was the year I learned to make sourdough bread. Whatever it is for you, having that reflection is going to be a really great start to seeing what we can appreciate of the year behind us before we start planning and moving forward. So I do have little tasks every day that I have planned out. This is going to be completely at your own pace, though. If you want to join us, I'll be doing a really quick Instagram live every single day, and I'll be posting some videos also to my YouTube channel if you're interested in catching up later. But it's just going to be quick, simple, bite-sized things that you can do to feel really confident and in control heading into 2021. So if you want to join me, please feel free to go to the link in my bio, and the very top link is going to take you to a page where you can sign up to download the first set of workbook completely free. Just join in, let's get some good planning done, and let's have a really great setup for next year. You know, you gotta do the prep before you have really any clue what's going on. So that is my real quick down and dirty intro for today. I hope that you can join me in going through your goals of 2020, your wins, opportunities, and then reflecting on all the amazingness that might have been hidden little gems in this year. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I can figure this out, I promise.